Right, so after business news, Gary Al Smith is here with sports news. Good evening to you, Gary.
Good evening, Israel.
What's the biggest sports story?
Well, unfortunately, I noticed that Emmanuel had a story having to do the election on the business, but we have nothing on the election related to sports happening at the moment.
Unless we had a situation people were competing in a sport where they were running away with ballot boxes.
Yes. I'm sure you noticed that Baba Tana, one of our reporters, has been having exclusive interviews with some of the presidential aspirants. So we've had one with Edwin Mahama and one with Papa Kwesi Ndom and so on and so forth. But that's a couple of weeks ago. And now we are dealing with legal issues having to do with the GFA.
Is it about expanding the
league? That one, a side issue. You know, the expansion of the league, the proposal to expand the league has come with some decisions. Now, on Wednesday, the Ghana Football Association said that Dreams FC will be demoted while Tema Youth will be brought into the Premier League because of some court issues they had earlier in the season. And so there's an update on that.
All right. Okay, you take it away.
Right. Thank you very much, Israel. And thank you for joining us on the sport. If you're listening to us on Joy FM, also welcome. If you're on Joy News, welcome as well. Dreams FC are in the news. They say they are shocked by the GFA Appeals Committee's decision to demote them. You will recall that the committee of the GFA on Wednesday demoted the Premier League side to the Division 1 League, while Tema Youth were returned to the Premiership. And Tema Youth appealed to the GFA, claiming that Dreams used a player called Kujo Mensah, who was unqualified to play when the two sides met last year in a match to decide which team qualified to the top tier of the Ghanaian football. The GFA on two occasions ruled that Mensah was qualified to play in that game, but unhappy with that outcome, Tema Youth petitioned all the way to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. And here's a new reaction to this decision by the administrative manager of Dreams FC, Aminu Shado.
My surprise is even more profound because the heart of the issue was not even discussed at the sitting. We only raised preliminary objections and it was ruled upon without we being given reasons. And 3 hours later, we found a decision on the GFA website. Very, very shocking. It's even more shocking knowing that we've not even filed our defense yet. So this situation is akin to going to court. You are being invited to court. Come and put up your defense. Before you put out the defense, then the verdict is out. So I can tell you for a fact, with all confidence, that this ruling will not stand the test of time. Eventually, all that they've done will crumble down because as we speak now, they've not even given us the legal foundations or the basis on which this decision was given, especially when we've not even filed our defense.
And how far do you want to get with this?
As far as as far as we get the institutions to respect the laws that we've set for our own selves. So I'm not able to give you a finite time frame or a period in which we're going to fight out this case. We can even start tomorrow. If tomorrow the authorities that be decide to go by the rules and regulations, why not?
Even if it's going to take a year, you still fight?
If it's going to take 100 years, if it's going to take a generation, a lifetime, if it's going to take 1 second for us to respect our rules and regulations, we are prepared for it.
As a club, do you really care the start date of the Premier League? You worry?
The authorities should care more than individual clubs because the authorities have the power to adjudicate cases like this. If they had this kind of compassion for clubs, including ours, they will strictly go by the rules and regulations. If the authorities are not respecting their own rules and regulations, why would you expect that individual clubs will feel for them? We have to ensure that the right thing is that for us, it's not about the division. It matters least to us. It's about doing the right things, going by the rules and regulations that we've set for ourselves as an association. We don't want to be the laughing stock to the rest of the football associations in the world. The rules must be followed.
To boxing now, and well, Friday is a holiday, as you know. What will you be doing if you are run out of ideas about what to do, especially in the evening? Maybe I can pitch this one to you. The newly inaugurated or commissioned by President John Dramani Mahama Bukom Boxing Arena here in Accra will be the venue for the first international fight, to be having since it was put together and open. It will be between Emmanuel Tego, aka the Game Boy, and his South African two-time IBO welterweight champion, Mzonke Fana. Now, Mzonke Fana is a very late replacement for the initial opponent that Game Boy was supposed to face, and this fight is supposed to be good. Mzonke, the South African, is 43 years old, landed late Wednesday night in Accra, and Emmanuel the Game Boy Tego is targeting a third-round knockout of his opposition.
I could say the preparation is great. It's very, very great. If you see our physical fitness and the endurance level, and then the speed and power, or I can give him 100% fit.
So what should we expect tomorrow? A win?
Great win. I can tell you we can win. We can stop in on round 3. Yes, for sure. That one for sure. I'm telling you. So if I see him, if I look at him, the fitness level, the endurance level, the speed, and then the power over there. The power over there is so great, so great. You can look at the shape of him. So it's very, very fantastic. So don't worry.
Trash talk well and duly on. Meanwhile, the South African, who's fought all over the world, says he's going to bring his A game, and the partisan support for Game Boy will not diminish the outcome, which he believes will be a victory for him, and he's taking the title back down south.
The reason why I accepted the fight is to come and fight and take the title. Not only just to take the title, but I came to confiscate the title back to South Africa, because I strongly believe IBO lightweight title belongs to South Africa.
He says he will knock you out in round 3.
That's what most of my opponents are saying. Talk about knocking out. It's not easy, and it's not going to be easy. Never be an easy road. In boxing, we have to respect the opponent, and more important, respect your words. I want to say, like I said, to all the boxing-loving people, to all the supporters of boxing in Ghana and surrounding area, to come and support sport. To come support sport of boxing. This is sport, but this is boxing. This is sport. This is not a hooligan sport. This is not a rude boy sport. This is a gentleman sport. We can fight the full 12 round in the ring, but at the end of the day, we're going to kiss and hug each other. So this is a gentleman sport. People must come in numbers and support the sport of boxing.